My wife and I have been married for 4 years and have a 2-year-old. We have alternated going to her family for Thanksgiving and my family for Christmas one year, and alternated each year. I am currently starting my 2nd year of law school. This year we've visited both her family multiple times and my family multiple times. Over the summer I was lucky enough to intern at an attorney's office, but it was over a 22-hour drive away. We drove once at the beginning of the summer and once at the end of the summer to return here for me to go to school. We had to not go to her dad's family reunion, but was able to make the 6-hour drive to her mother's family reunion after returning from my internship. We then made another 3-hour drive to attend my grandpa's wedding, which made us miss an event with her brother, another 6 hours away. Now her family has planned a Thanksgiving trip that would be a 26-hour round trip for us, and I'm trying to tell her we've traveled enough this year and would like to have Thanksgiving and Christmas with just our family. I feel bad my toddler has been strapped in a car seat for so much traveling this year. Should I be more reasonable? Now, here are the comments. Comment 1. It's a real puzzle. At what point do you stop migrating home for holidays with the family and instead decide that asterisk home is where you make it asterisk and that asterisk you have made your own family? I don't think it's unreasonable to stop doing things that exhaust you. Have you tried just telling your wife that you're beat? Something like, babe, 2nd year is the grunt year in law school, and the workload is going to be even more brutal. I'm telling you up front, I can't face any more long family trips this year. I'd love it if we just stayed home and made our own traditions, but you can do what you think is best. Either way. I'm going to be staying home for Thanksgiving and Christmas, asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. If you want to take Junior to see your family, that's cool. Maybe they'll send you plane tickets. Or you can leave him with me. You can even invite your folks to start coming here to visit. We've got lots of options, but I'm not traveling. Not the idiot for recognizing when you've hit your limit, OP. That ability will serve you well as you finish L2 and L3 article and get worked like a rented mule, tackle the bar exam, and start your practice. This is a long road. LT.**. Edited to add, thank you folks for the awards, and let's hope OP updates after he's had a good talk with his wife. Chat to comment 2. Once a couple starts a family of their own. Asterisk, asterisk, they're allowed to start their own family traditions if they want. Families who all live near each other and get on well often choose to continue the big family celebrations like they always have. It does get a bit tricky for the couple now that there are at least 2 families in the mix, and often even more once you factor in divorced parents and step-families and the rest. Some couples choose alternating holidays. Some go to one family for lunch and the other for dinner, and so on. How they manage it is up to them. If everyone is happy with whatever arrangement is decided on, great. But for some reason, many people get really uncomfortable with the idea of saying to their parents, no, we won't be able to come for Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year, whatever this year. We've decided to celebrate it at home with our own kids. My point is, you're allowed to. It may be awkward, you may get a bit of backlash, but you're allowed to asterisk, asterisk. It's perfectly reasonable to do so. It's especially reasonable in your case because your families live so far away from you and you've done so much traveling already this year. Not the idiot. Comment 3, not the idiot. I got tired of going all over the dang place for Thanksgivings and Christmases. My mom would always have Thanksgiving and Christmas on different days. She'd call all of us, 4 kids plus spouses and kids, and find a date that works for us all. Usually 3 or 4 days before or after the holiday to accommodate everyone. My in-laws were set in their ways. This is how we do it in our family mentality. So when my kids were 2 and 4 and couldn't play with their toys, we got them Christmas Day because we had to go back to my in-laws. When we were just there the day before, I had enough and said no. I started a new tradition. Christmas Day, we are home. We are not leaving or going anywhere, and we won't be having any visitors. Just the 4 of us. Of mother-in-law and her mother complained and whined, but my father-in-law just told them hush because mother-in-law used to complain about the same thing. Lol. There is nothing wrong with starting new traditions. People sometimes forget that when you get married and have kids, they are your immediate family, and your parents and siblings become your extended family. Now, for the next story. I, 23-year-old female, and my fiancé, 25-year-old male, recently had a dinner with my family, father, mother, and sister, before he and I headed to Japan for a 3-month vacation. So while all of us were chatting about our lives, studies, jobs, and some gossip about some people, my mom suddenly thought it was appropriate to make a joke about me and my partner's selves and relationship, such as, "I heard that after me and my partner vacation, my fiancé's name, will be going abroad for his studies. Who knows? Maybe he'll find someone new there. Are you not going on a diet anymore? Referring to me, you seem to be gaining more weight." Everyone was clearly uncomfortable with her words, and my dad was even glaring at her too obviously so that she would stop. But I really was just too upset at that moment that I just stood up and excused myself and my partner to leave the dinner and head somewhere, since we had something to do. My fiancé understood that I was quite uncomfortable and was offended by my mom's words. He stood up from the table as well, and we just left the dinner. I haven't been speaking with my mom since that dinner, but I did still speak with my sister and dad today and pay them back for the bill, since I originally promised before the dinner that I would pay for it, but when I left, they had to pay for it. To be honest, I really don't think in any way that I am an idiot, but maybe I overreacted a bit, so am I the idiot? Now, here are the comments. Comment 1. Not the idiot. I think that leaving the restaurant was the most mature thing you could do in that circumstance. You didn't make a scene, and the only negative thing was that you left the bill, which you paid back. Did you ever find out what was going on in your mom's brain and why she would pop out with such deliberately cruel comments? Did she think she was being funny? She says, "You spoiled the atmosphere?" Asterisk. Guess what, Mom? You were the one who spoiled the atmosphere with your incredibly rude and hurtful words, and everyone at the table knows it. Asterisk. Comment 2. Not the idiot. Jokes are not funny when they're actually offensive comments. I don't know why your mom felt it necessary to say hateful things, but leaving was appropriate. It made a nice statement about your opinion of her comments without you having to say anything hateful in response. I have a feeling that your dad and sister let her know what they thought of her making those comments. Comment 3. Not the idiot. Those aren't jokes. That's just bullying. Doesn't matter if it comes from a high school footballer or your own mom. Bullying is bullying. Good on you to let her know you won't tolerate that behavior. Hopefully eventually it sinks in that being your mother doesn't make the crappy things she says okay. It actually makes them worse. Now, for the next story. A buddy of mine directed me to an OnlyFans account that he said he discovered that featured a female that looked suspiciously like my wife. When I saw the profile photo and banner, I immediately recognized our bathroom wall in the background. I had recently re-tiled the bathroom with very distinct tiles, and I knew for sure that it was ours. I ended up joining the thing, and the first message I received was my wife filming herself squirting. Of course, I was absolutely horrified at this, because A, I don't agree with this stuff, and B, she totally hid it from me. I decided to confront her about it, and she was mortified. Not by the fact that I caught her, but that I was on OnlyFans. I explained to her that a friend pointed the account out to me, and she wasn't having it. She full-on accused me of being a pervert for having an OnlyFans account. We proceeded to argue about this for the next 4 days, and she decided that she was going to move back to her parents to think about things. She won't even acknowledge that she went behind my back with her account, and instead is now accusing me of being a cheater because I made an account because I recognized her in the profile photo and banner. Am I the idiot here? She said that all trust is now gone and needs to seriously think about whether she wants to be with me anymore. Now, here are the comments. Comment 1. Not the idiot. Your wife is projecting her guilt of being caught onto you and is trying to deflect any blame from herself by labeling you as a cheater. I'm sorry, OP. Your wife was wrong for hiding this from you. While you don't agree with her having an OnlyFans period, that should have been a conversation you two had as a couple, and she robbed you of that opportunity and proceeded to hide it altogether. The fact that she's calling you a pervert, but the first message you receive as a sub is her squirting video, I'm baffled. As negative as it is, I can only wonder what else she may have been hiding from you. If you both decide to stay in the marriage, counseling is a heavy recommendation. But TBH, if it were me, I don't know if I could continue being with someone who not only lies and hides things from me, but also vilifies me because they got caught doing messed up things. Good luck, OP. I recommend getting a good attorney. Comment 2. Not the idiot. I honestly wouldn't put it past your wife to be dabbling with infidelity in other areas of your relationship. If she can hide this, imagine what else she could be hiding. She very guiltily fled to her parents to avoid facing the consequences of her digital infidelity and betrayal. I honestly would take this opportunity to get the heck out of that relationship. Otherwise, you both are going to have to go through some serious counseling to get through this and be able to trust one another again. Comment 3. Not the idiot. Divorce. Secrets like this are unacceptable. If she is willing to do pornographic content behind your back, you can be pretty positive she will do more behind your back. Your wife is for the streets, sorry dude. Time for a new one. She calls you a pervert and is mortified that you have an off. Meanwhile, she has an OF and is selling content? That's the epitome of gaslighting. This woman is a toxic, lying manipulator. Run. Now for the next story. I'm a physician, 33-year-old male, and recently graduated residency. I've been working 60-plus hours per week for 10 years and living on next to nothing that whole time, barely making ends meet. Now I have a job and am buying a house in a different state. My girlfriend of 2 years, 32-year-old female, is currently unemployed and will be moving with me. She is using her severance pay from her last job to help with closing costs, $22,000, but the mortgage, $554,000, is a doctor's loan and is only under my name because we got better interest rates that way. She feels it is important that we are both on the title. I feel uncomfortable with this and keep saying that we can refinance later when she's back on her feet so that she can be on the title and mortgage, but she says this isn't good enough. I offered to do it if we had an ironclad agreement drafted by an attorney, but now it's too close to closing to manage that. We were planning to get married someday, but I'm honestly not sure after the arguments we've had over this. Am I the idiot for refusing to have her on the title if she's not on the mortgage? Now, here are the comments. Comment 1. No idiots here. But I will say that I don't know if you should make her pay for part of the mortgage if she's not on the mortgage. If you aren't married right now and 100% certain you are going to marry her, don't put her on the title and don't allow her to contribute to the mortgage. If you guys do split, things could get very messy very quickly. It's probably best to purchase this house on your own. Pay the mortgage on your own, 100%, to ensure it's indisputably yours. You could draw up an agreement for her contribution to the down payment, but be prepared to pay her back for this in the event you split. If you do marry, you could have her pay you back for half of the overall price of the house, so it's equally yours, and put her name on the mortgage title at that point. Edit. You should also consider what you're asking of her. She's going to be putting $22,000 into a home when she isn't on the deed or mortgage. If you split, she could very well lose this $22,000 and walk away with nothing. You should be open to options that protect her interests too. She isn't an AH for wanting some stake in a home she is paying into. Comment 2. You're the idiot. You are expecting her to pay $22,000 for the closing costs with no legal rights to the house or way to recoup those costs if you two break up. I understand why you do not want her on the title if she is not on the loan. You need to protect your assets. But you are an AH for not giving a damn about protecting her contribution also. You are basically asking her to gift you $22,000 with nothing but a non-binding promise that you will consider refinancing in the future. Even if you get married, this house would be a pre-marital asset. That $22,000 may not be a lot to you, but that is her entire safety net right now, and she would have no recourse or rights if you two broke up. If you are not able to get some type of legal agreement in place prior to the purchase, then you should not be asking her to contribute such a significant amount of money. Comment 3. You're the idiot unless you returned her $22,000. I understand your point in general, but I'm less sympathetic if you're okay with her contributing over $20,000 and expecting her to be fine with not putting her name on the title. She does deserve some protection. I wouldn't trust we could refinance later. Yeah. Or you could just kick her out and she's without any legal protection. If you liked this video, you'll probably like these too. Also, while you're here, please consider subscribing. It's your support that keeps this channel alive and allows me to make better and longer videos. Have a great day.